How's it going, everybody? What's up? What's up? Good afternoon, good evening. Alright, how's everybody doing? Alright, y'all. So listen. Another tough week. Another tough week, another tough loss. We've been in it. I would say, a little bit too much right now. Another tough loss, but I will say another hard fought game by the team, overall. Very well fought game. We played well. We did a lot of things right. We did pretty much everything that we wanted to do as far as the game plan goes. We executed all the points we really wanted to as far as the game plan goes. We did a lot of things right. And we were still unsuccessful in pulling out the dub. So, tough. Tough, It's another week that we're going to have to look at. We're going to have to run back the tape and check everything out. But I'm happy with a lot of things that we did as a team. I really am. I'm happy with what we did for the most part. I will say that. Run game still could have a little bit better. Still looking for that 200 plus yard run game. But the passing, we did a lot of things right. Very excited to see where this passing, where this team can really go once we get some more weapons out there for our young QB. But I think it's going to be an exciting time. I think the O-line is pretty solid for the most part. I would like to put one more piece up there up front. But I think, if I had to roll with what I had right now, I think I'm still going to be okay with that. I don't really think we're giving up too many sacks, I would say. So none, We didn't have a single sack this game. We didn't have a single pick this game. We didn't have a single turnover this game. We just still didn't play a complete game. Because a complete game is all three phases of the ball. Okay? It's defense, it's offense, it's special teams. So, in order to win in this league, you gotta be able to complete all three phases. You know what I mean? And we just still weren't able to do that. And, y'all know what I'm talking about. That blocked field goal there late in the game with a little over 2 minutes, I think. With them not having any more timeouts, them extra 3 points, nothing but sealed that game away for us. That game is over at that point because then that's 2 possessions they have to get still. They don't have to drive down the field, score, get that onside kick, drive down, drive down again at least to get in field goal range with under 2 minutes. And I just don't think that that's likely. So. We just can't have that block. That was a big block. It's tough, man. It's tough. But we did some good things, Grant played good, like I said. He didn't have a pick, 185 yards, 2 tutties. That's big time. A lot of this game is short game, but listen, 74% you can't. That's a good game. That's a good game. He did all right. He did a lot of things right. So I'm happy with his performance. But this is where I'm frustrated, right? Because Mayo did his thing. And that's what, like I said, we're going to expect that from him for the rest of this year, pretty much. 10 receptions, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's a big game for the man. And I can really appreciate his performance. And I knew he was going to bring that this week, though. which is such a good positive that I'm going to take out of this game. Really made it a point to get him the ball in the game plan. Really made it a point, and we made it happen. And we also executed the game plan as far as no interceptions. We made that happen. But again, like I said, it comes down to all three phases. We weren't able to complete all three phases. So in the end, we took another tough overtime loss. But what else can you do from this but learn? You live and you learn. So that's all we can do, and that's all we're going to take away from these games. The defense has to play a little bit tighter, but like I said, I think overall we did a pretty good thing. I'm gonna go ahead and open it up for questions. Whatever you guys got for me. Right up front. What has to change in the game plan, you ask? Well, like I said, I don't really think much needs to change at this point. We did a really good job. Everywhere else just missing out. On the block field goal. That's big. It's tough. We can't allow that. So, I don't really think much needs to change. Obviously we still have to make another stop on defense once they get that block, because it wasn't a blocks or a kick six or whatever. So they did have to still come down and score, which they were able to do that, and then do the same thing again in overtime. So, it doesn't just come down to the special teams, but, like I said, it's all three phases. So if we can complete that, we give our defense a little breathing room. Just a little bit of breathing room. Not saying, hey, you can give up a touchdown, but saying, hey, you can give up a touchdown. Give up a couple plays, keep them in bounds is the most important thing. Let that clock run. Because they're not getting the onside kick either way. They can score, but they're not going to get the ball back again. So it doesn't really matter. But we weren't able to get it done. Game plan doesn't change. Keep not turning the ball over, no interceptions, and we're gonna be fine. We keep this sort of pace up all year, and I think we win more games. Next question. What's up, my boy Jamie? How you doing? Bitch ass nigga. Huh? Oh, no, I didn't say no. No. What's your question? Asking about Grant. Did I see progression in him? Well, of course. I mean, it's slowly but surely, right? We'd love to see that 200-yard game from him. Obviously, I don't think we're there yet. We're not there to just really be slinging the ball out there with Grant. I want to really work him into the system and everything. I understand we're a lot of games in. We're almost midway through the season. But, we just have to, we're going to still give him his time to develop and his time to read the defense and, do his thing, because he needs more weapons out there. We had a couple injuries that's kind of hurting us. So, he needs a couple more weapons. But I think he's doing okay so far for a rookie. We still got to clean up the picks. He didn't have any this game, but, we got to make sure that happens consistently. Yeah, right over here. Well, I was talking about Himes. Did we miss Walker this week? Of course you're gonna miss, a superstar like Kenneth Walker, for sure. But Himes did some things out there. He looked good. He looked good. He got touches. He almost broke 100 for us, which is great. But oh, I guess he's right here, and I just can't see him. No, he's right there. But yeah, Himes did some good home, and I think Himes is gonna be a good fit for us in our offense. What we're trying to achieve when it comes to the run game with that quickness and that speed that he has. So, we're going to keep giving him touches out there, and hopefully he can get out in the open field and make his plays. But, obviously when Walker gets back and he's healthy and ready to go, he's going to have his spot back at that number one. He's definitely missed, but, I think we're going to be okay for these next couple of weeks without him, for sure. Yeah, right here. Hmm. Well, it's like I told you. Just talking about Mayo. So, she just says we really made it work with him. How do we keep that pace going? Well, I'm gonna tell you what. We just gotta keep the game plan on him. And like I said, he's got to be getting 7 to 10 receptions. I would say anywhere from 10 to 14 targets a game. We got to keep throwing him the ball, keep letting him develop, and get out there because he's got that quickness, man. And it's a very surprise, like it's a big surprise for a lot of defenses when they see him in the open field. They see this big, tall, lanky dude and think, oh, he can't be too quick, and then he'll break you down, and then, next thing you know, he's gone. So we just gotta keep him in that pace, keep him going, and I think he's really gonna shine for us. He's gonna break through the second half of the season. I really believe that, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see what my boy Mandy gonna be able to do for the rest of the year. Question was, what are we going? What was going through my head after that block? Um, well, I'm gonna be honest. Disbelief. Disbelief. Wasn't expecting that. Didn't believe that it happened. I was kind of taken back from it, and it just goes to show, like I said a couple weeks ago, as the coach, as the head coach, as the leader of this whole team, I have to be better composed. I have to keep a better composure about the situations that's going on. Be able to move on from them, and keep the game going. Keep my head in the game, and make sure my team is still prepared to finish out that game and win that game. So, it always goes back to me, and I'm always gonna take the blame on that. So, if you want to question anybody, you gotta question me first, because all the calls coming back to me, right? I have the final call on everything. So, if I'm allowing it, then it's on me. It's on me, pretty much. Mhm. Yeah. Well, the Saints are doing a lot of good things out there. Honestly, I'm liking what they got going with the rookie to rookie connection. I would have liked to have shut Cone down a little bit better today. I will say that. I would like to have shut him down. Him having over 100 yards was tough. We knew that they were going to target him a lot. We knew it was coming. You got to be able to just take your punches though, and sometimes it's going to happen, and you just got to just roll with it. You just got to roll with it and just keep playing. And I feel like we did a good job of that, but we got to be a little bit more prepared. A little bit more prepared. But divisional game, we'll see him again next year. And who knows? The season's not over. We might make a wild card. It's still going to be a tough stretch for us. Still not impossible. So, we're gonna wake up tomorrow. We're gonna get a break tomorrow. We got tomorrow off, so it's gonna be a nice little break, and then we're gonna get right back at it. You know. Is that it? All right, y'all. Well, I appreciate y'all, man. I'll see y'all next week.